6 News. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Welcome into Weather Extra, getting closer to the Memorial Day weekend, and so far it's been kind of a gloomy, rainy week at times, but we're seeing the showers finally starting to decrease in coverage out there. We've had a disturbance over the region that's drifting back in towards Florida, and that area is dealing with quite a bit of rainfall. But if you are heading down to the beach this weekend, we're going to get you all updated on that beach forecast as well. Let's take you over to our First Alert weather headlines. And isolated showers expected for this evening. Next big thing, scattered afternoon storms returning on Friday and Friday evening, and that chance for afternoon storms continues through the Memorial Day weekend. There's a little bit of rain out there. It's very isolated, but as expected, we talked about the greater chance of wet weather for the first part of the day. There's some very tiny showers, most of this south of Birmingham, now south of Tuscaloosa and south of Anniston. But where it is raining, we have in Greene County some rainfall that's moving south. This is Highway 14, Clinton, giving you the first alert for some of those showers moving in that direction. Hale County, a few pop-ups now moving south towards Havana Junction and south out of the Taylorville area. And there's a little pop-up right around Lay Lake and then also around Montevallo. That's moving in now to northern Chilton County, and a little breezy out there as well. Brian Henry was checking in from Tuscaloosa and said it was kind of windy there, but tomorrow still looks like a dry day. I know it's been hard to find just a completely dry day for those big outdoor projects. This evening is going to feel nice, as you can see there on the hourly forecast, but it looks like plenty of sunshine in the mix for our Thursday. But again, that will be changing for the weekend. We'll see those rain chances coming back, but we'll talk a lot more about Saturday, Sunday, and Memorial Day coming up right here on First Alert Weather Extra. Also coming up here on Weather Extra with the SEC baseball tournament happening. We'll update you on the forecast for those events around the area. We've had that powerful typhoon over the western Pacific that has impacted the Guam area. We're going to update you on what's happening there as we get closer to the Atlantic hurricane season. It's coming up here on June the 1st. And so long Saturn's rings, what? Yeah, more on that after the break. Stay with us.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Good Day, Alabama.
A new morning comes with preparing right, because while you slept, news broke.
We have new information from that breaking news that happened this morning.
While you head out, the storm we gave you the first alert for is on its way in. And as the key turns the ignition, your shorter route to work is being found.
Avoid 459 southbound completely because of a crash.
A new morning means everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama, always on your side.
The First Alert traffic you need to get you there safe and on time. Tomorrow morning, everything you need for a good day is on Good Day, Alabama.
You're late, out the door, and on the go. Don't worry.
Good Day, Alabama continues all morning long.
And wherever you watch, this is what you need to know right now.
More reporters on the streets with more hours of news when you need it. Everything you need for a good day is on Good Day, Alabama. Knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Even though today ended up being drier for some of us, there were still some lingering showers, and we certainly have been no stranger to some rainy days this May, and it even caused some delays at the SEC baseball tournament yesterday. Let's check in now with meteorologist Matt Daniel and Mickey Ferguson for an update.
So, Mickey, yesterday we had a lot of rain. Some spots not as much, but we definitely picked up a lot in a few areas.
Well, a lot of places have been hurting for rainfall. I know Anniston over in East Alabama has received a whole lot of rain so far this month, but places like the Birmingham Airport and surrounding areas didn't get a whole lot so far this month. We sure got a lot yesterday.
That's right. Look at Trussville, Tyler Young. I feel like every time we get rain, Tyler has one of the larger rainfall totals, so I guess it's just a very popular place for rain right there. Over 2.5 inches of rainfall there out of Lamar County. Tony McDonald reporting almost 2 inches.
Yep, in Graysville, Debbie Alexander, she's making desserts and watching it rain with about 1.5 inches of rain coming on down. In Coker, Alabama, a little shy of 1.5 inches there, about 1 inch in Oakman, and just a little over 3/4 of an inch there into Oxford, Alabama. Thank you to our weather watchers.
That is right. So here's a look at the airport totals in Birmingham. Look at that. Yesterday, 2.5 inches of rainfall fell into the bucket.
That really helps us out. We were pretty moisture starved all month long, so we're still shy of where we're supposed to be this time of the year.
That's right. And usually when you get 2.5 inches of rain in one day, that usually breaks a daily record. Well, we didn't actually break that daily record. In fact, the record was over 3 inches, and believe it or not, that was just a few years ago.
Well, I know a lot of it came in the morning hours, and I haven't seen Toy Thornton that busy in quite some time. He had like 7 traffic accidents at one time with all this rainfall.
Yeah, 7 and 9, I think, almost. So it was pretty bad yesterday morning. But look at Tuscaloosa, only 3/10 of an inch of rain yesterday, and a little over 1/2 inch of rainfall in Anniston. So let's go ahead and just look at the monthly rainfall so far. On average, we'll average about 4 to 5 inches of rain. And we definitely moved that number up here in Birmingham.
Yeah, even after 2.5 inches of rain yesterday in Birmingham, we're still at 3 1/4 shy of almost 5 inches of where we need to be this month.
Look at Anniston.
Gosh.
Over 6 inches so far.
Amazing.
So they're definitely having a surplus right now. So we're just going to zoom in for the past 2 to 3 days. Just a small chance for those rain totals. Not as much in Cherokee County over the past 3, but we start seeing those green and yellow colors, especially northern Jefferson County, over 2 to 3 inches of rainfall through there.
Where we needed it.
Yep, and then of course Tuscaloosa, northern portions of the county, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. And around Shelby County, we saw about 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and some pretty impressive totals, especially as you go towards Clanton, farther to the south, and those green colors indicating maybe up to 1 inch or so over the past 3 days.
So that's how much rain we've seen, but we've got some big things going on, including an SEC baseball tournament, and we need to update the rain chances for that.
That's right. In fact, we had a little bit of a delay yesterday for some rainfall in parts of Shelby County, and I don't think we're going to see that tomorrow. That's a really nice forecast for the SEC baseball tournament starting at 9:30.
We also have that northeast wind. It's going to bring in lower humidity levels.
Yeah.
So those dew points should be down. 83 degrees is going to be a comfortable 83 degrees.
Yeah, just a reminder, hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen, because that UV index is going to be fairly high.
All right, taking a look at Friday, we do have a 30% chance of rain, so just take your rain gear to the game if you're going out to the Hoover Met to watch. But and if we have some thunder, just take appropriate actions just to go inside the stadium there.
That's right, and temperatures will likely warm up Friday afternoon, probably into the 80s. So we'll be watching that for you closely. Of course, the weather will likely change as we go into the next several days. Into this weekend, we're watching a low off the southeast coast. That could change the forecast, so make sure you download the WBRC First Alert Weather app.
And going into Memorial Day weekend, take some pictures for us, send them in, and we can showcase them right here on Weather Extra.
Well, thanks, Matt and Mickey. Now it is time to take it around the world. Let's talk about what's happening across the globe. A typhoon in Typhoon Mawar, is battering the U.S. territory of Guam with powerful winds and flooding rain. Take a look at this. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center reports sustained wind gusts up to 165 miles per hour today, and that's equivalent of Category 4 hurricane in the Atlantic Basin. Most of the 30-mile wide island is without power, and Guam Memorial Hospital is running off a generator. Flood warnings are in effect until Thursday morning tomorrow, with low-lying areas under mandatory evacuation orders since Tuesday. FEMA says it has 50 people there to help, and President Joe Biden has approved an emergency declaration. Lauren?
Thanks, Tania. Well, a little farther from home, Saturn's rings might not be around for much longer, relatively speaking. A new analysis of data from NASA's Cassini mission might disappear in a casual few 100 million years. Sure, we'll be around to see that, Tania. That's not very long considering our solar system formed about 4.6 billion years ago. Scientists also say Saturn didn't always have its rings. They believe the rings were still forming, get this, when the dinosaurs were around. Saturn's rings are mostly made out of ice with a little bit of rocky dust, aren't we all? Scientists believe as meteorites enter the rings, they push material towards Saturn, which is why the rings are fading. The analysis is published in the journal Icarus and was confirmed by 2 additional studies. Well, coming up on First Alert Weather Extra, you may not be taking a trip to Saturn, but you may be going to the beach for Memorial Day weekend. Wes talks more about that complicated forecast, and I'll take you beyond the 7-day to show you what June may hold in the cards for us. We'll be right back.
West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling easy and more affordable for everyone. Hey everybody, I'm joined by Kirsten Page from West Shore to find out exactly how they're making that happen. Kirsten.
So Joe, we've been able to give homeowners, over 165,000 of them, the shower and bath of their dreams by making it a fast, easy, and convenient experience. But now we're making it even more affordable to start your project without breaking the bank.
Now Kirsten, when someone starts a remodeling project, costs can be a real concern. So how are you making it more affordable to start that project right now?
So instead of me telling you, why don't I show you? This homeowner was having some problems with their old shower. They called us, we stopped out, and we completely removed the old bathtub and replaced it with a walk-in shower in just 1 day. The best part? We can do a job like this for as low as $99 a month.
$99 a month, that's incredible.
It really is. We understand that budgets can be a little tighter this time of the year, so we want to make it easier for folks to get their projects started right now. So let's go ahead and look at another project we recently did. This homeowner was so excited to get rid of their old bathtub because they were getting an easy, low-step shower. You can see here we took out that old bathtub and removed everything down to the studs. Then we installed new walls and fixtures. By dinner time, this homeowner had their brand new shower, and the best part, they didn't need to worry about paying for their entire project up front. They were able to break it down into low monthly payments.
That project looks amazing, and the low monthly payments is going to make getting that project started so much easier. Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling fast and convenient, and you heard Kirsten, now they're making it more affordable too with their easy, low monthly payments. Call the number on your screen right now to start your project, and when you do, take advantage of this great offer. Call in now to get your new shower for as little as $99 a month. On top of that, they're doing free installation on all shower and bath projects. Don't delay. Call the experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra. Not seeing a lot of wet weather out there, but there are some showers moving south and a little bit of a breeze here. You can see south of Tuscaloosa, some little pop-ups right now moving into parts of Greene, Hale County. No lightning with this, but be ready if you're in Greensboro, Akron, Utah, Bologee, Forkland, places in Greene and Hale County, even around Livingston, giving you that first alert for these showers that are moving south. We'll even look further to the east here. You can see most of this is well south of the city of Birmingham, but pushing through southern Shelby County, back in towards northern Chilton County, Maplesville. Looks like this is at least 30 minutes out, but some showers to the north and a little bit of rain that moved across Clanton that's tracking to the south. Things pretty quiet here around East Alabama, not seeing a lot happening here around Gadsden, Addison. Again, most of us dry weather for this evening, but I want to loop through the model data for tomorrow. You can see we have 84 degrees. Some of us will be a little bit warmer. Notice through tonight, tomorrow, you don't see a drop of rain showing up there in the model data, so we're still expecting a dry Thursday setting up for tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. Temperature around 81 on Friday. We start to warm up, heat up. It's still going to be humid tomorrow, hot, humid. Same for Friday, and then we're going to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. But over the weekend, we could see more clouds in the mix Saturday and Sunday. That's why we went a little bit cooler, easterly flow. We're still seeing we had that disturbance disturbance, that upper level disturbance that moved across the region. It's drifting to the south. They're dealing with quite a bit of rain down across the state of Florida. This is some of the global data. This is from the GFS, which is the model that does paint a wetter scenario. I still expect some breaks on Friday, same for Saturday, but you can see the model data here. There's 11 o'clock in the morning. We get into Saturday afternoon. There's 5 p.m. Still some indicators here that we could see some showers, and you can see back in towards the west. But that system, what's going to happen, that low, it drifts back into the east of us. You can see a lot of rain with that, and watch what happens as we go into Saturday night. You see all that wet weather. It starts to slide a little bit back to the west. I still think some of this rain and more clouds at least could reach us and have an impact on those temperatures into Sunday. That's showing 1 o'clock. So East Alabama, especially on Sunday, the way it's looking, we'll probably see rain chances go from near 30% for the western half of the area, probably up to 40, maybe even 50%, those areas to the far east there for Sunday, and perhaps into Monday, some more scattered thunderstorms possible. So that's the next big thing. We're still watching that system there back to the east, so certainly check in for updates. The latest data is going to tell us the best, or give us the best idea for Saturday and Sunday, so check in closer to the weekend with respect to Sunday and into Monday. Temperature-wise, you can see 80s. We mentioned for the Memorial Day, not a major change in temperatures. Right now, we're going to keep it just below average for those afternoon highs. And for the beach, if you're heading down for Memorial Day, you can see that the rain chance, well, we've taken it out. It looks dry Sunday into Monday. And by the way, water temperatures here along the Gulf Coast in the low 80s there as well. Next week, though, the heat is going to start ramping up there around Wednesday, so be ready. I mean, we've had some cooler temperatures, and you know, spring is trying to hang on here, but we're about to start saying hello to some really hot and steamy conditions here over the next several weeks. Let's head over to meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Lauren's taking a closer look at that long-range data. And Lauren, that system that brought us the showers, the clouds over the past couple of days, it doesn't totally go away, and makes for a tricky forecast as we go through the weekend. We need to keep a watch on it.
Yeah, Wes. I mean, it's basically just looking like it's going to be hanging out with us over Memorial Day weekend in the southeast. So if you live somewhere like Georgia or the Carolinas, Florida, I would especially watch it because rain chances could be going up even more so where you are. We're kind of in that iffy territory here in Alabama where we could maybe trend a little bit drier or a little bit wetter depending on where that low ends up. But in the meantime, June is almost around the corner. So let's look at that forecast for us 8 to 14 days from now. As we look at those temperature trends, it does very well look like finally here in Alabama, we could be seeing temperatures trending above average as we get a little closer to June. And that's what Wes was hinting at. This weekend looks like temperatures could actually be a little bit below average, unusual for Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start of summer. But you see, as we wrap up May and get into next week, the first day of June, I think, is on next Thursday, we see temperatures going above average into the upper 80s, maybe some spots getting closer to that 90-degree mark. Now, that's not to say we're going to flip on the heat and it's going to be staying above average all the way into June, but seeing the signs that more days could be running a little hotter than usual. And of course, when we see that, that also means those morning lows could be milder, which I think could be the case by the middle and latter part of next week. And that, again, would be that first weekend of June. So what does this mean in terms of rain chances? Well, we expect thunderstorms around in the summertime, but as we head into June, possibly seeing the potential for above average precipitation. We've been having this kind of stubborn, unsettled pattern here across the southeast, and I've been seeing signs that we could still see some unsettled weather going into June. So here we are that Thursday and Friday showing the possibility of some scattered showers and storms. And this would be a type of setup where you get into the summer, you get into that heat of the day, you see showers and storms beginning to pop up. And we could see that first weekend of June trending possibly warmer with a chance of showers and storms. So just showing some unsettled summer weather potentially in the forecast before we maybe see a little cool down, a brief cool down, getting a little bit drier once we get that past that first weekend of June. And here we are June 7th, that Wednesday, showing a little dip in the jet stream. That could bring a brief little cool down. But you know, as we get into the summer months, those cool downs get more and more brief. So we'll take what we can get. That's why for Memorial Day weekend, if we're going to have temperatures running below average, enjoy it while you can, because these things won't last very long. But coming up next on First Alert Weather Extra, if you're traveling for Memorial Day weekend, you may want to bring a friend along. We'll give a suggestion for who you could bring coming up.
We heard the first alert. Mom says we have to go. She says I don't have time to grab any more toys.
Need to be in your tornado safe place. Get there right now as you have.
We have to get to our safe place because sometimes when you hear the siren, it's too late. That's why she says knowing first is everything.
We know weather can be grab the umbrella or jogging shoes, but it's so much more. It's a science, an art, led by knowledge and experience.
And no one has more of that than a WBRC First Alert weather team.
Warning you first with more hours committed to you. And the first forecast built to see weeks, days, and even minutes ahead, right down to where you live. From the team you trust on your favorite screen.
Doing the weather better. The WBRC First Alert weather team, always on your side.
The first alert is more than a warning. It's a promise. A promise to get you out of harm's way with plenty of time to spare. 4 walls and a roof can be replaced. Lives can't. That's why knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Well, we've been talking a lot about SEC baseball here in Alabama, but the biggest foul during a minor league baseball game came not just from the sky, but rather than a bat. Check this out. Play had to be stopped multiple times during this high A matchup between the Brooklyn Cyclones and the Hudson Valley Renegades because of a loose goose. On the field. Oh, buddy, you can see that goose has some wheels. Man, maybe he's got a future in the league. They were eventually able to corral the goose, and in an effort to ensure no further feathers were ruffled, play resumed. Man, he's having a rough time. Maybe we can call it the Baron, see if we can add him on as an honorary member. Ooh. Yeah, I like his Motzi, actually. So, a man recently completed a cross-country road trip on a bike, and he didn't do it alone. Caleb Wurntz is now in Maine, and so is his furry companion. Y'all know I'm gonna love this story, a cat who has been by his side the entire time. Her name is, get this, Marilyn Monroe. She's been with Wurntz ever since he started riding after he lost his home and job during the pandemic. Wurntz has actually written a couple books about the experience, one from his perspective and one from Miss Monroe's.
I've noticed that my life is unique enough and like pursuing adventure enough that people are inspired. And so I want to help people to follow their heart and to do what it takes to be happy.
He says having a feline companion makes it easier to make new friends on the road. He adds that it's pretty laid back life and he has no real itinerary after completing the journey. You know, maybe Ophelia and I need to take Mocha and Ophelia on the road and just, dip out, you know. I think Mocha would be game. I think Ophelia would come for us in our sleep. So turning now to big cats, there are 2 new female lions at the UK's Whipsnade Zoo outside of London. Sisters Waka and Winta moved to the Conservation Zoo from the Antwerp Zoo earlier this month. They are part of the European Endangered Breeding Program. The arrival of the 23-month-old African lionesses is the beginning of an effort to start a new pride of lions at the UK's largest zoo. They will be joined next month by an 18-month-old male named Malik from a zoo in Germany. Oh, those are some pretty girls. We love to see some female representation, even if it's at a zoo in the form of lions. So let's get one final look at that forecast. Do you mind popping up the 7-day? Thank you. We got so excited about our animal stories, we kind of forgot about the name of the show, Weather Extra. Oops. So that Memorial Day weekend forecast, we did mention the possibility of just some isolated showers by the beach. Generally, though, compared to us here in central Alabama, could be a little drier. A lot of uncertainty with that low that's going to be developing, well, still kind of hanging out across the southeast coast. And so with that meandering nearby this weekend, we don't want to totally rule out a chance of rain and storms Friday through Sunday, if not a few showers and storms on Memorial Day. But the big thing you'll notice over Memorial Day weekend, look how unusually cool it is. Highs possibly only in the upper 70s to account for a chance of rain, more clouds in the area, and lows in the 50s the next couple mornings. Ain't mad at it, but you'll know it ain't gonna last. Check out next week. By the middle of next week, we expect to see some heat building back in as we round the corner and almost get to June. But you can check in tonight with Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt for an update on that 7-day forecast. And you can join us here on Weather Extra every weeknight at 6:30 on your favorite streaming platform. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Have a safe and happy Wednesday evening.